Whiffenpoofs assembled with their glasses raised on high, and the magic of their singing cast its spell. S-P-E-L.
Now, unless you are a visitor from Mars or some other far-flung planet, you will certainly recognize this sound as that of the most famous collegiate singing group in the world, the Whiffenpoofs of Yale. The sound you're hearing now and the song that they're singing now, of course, is the one that made them famous, but they have developed a brand new sound, the 1971 sound. Our first guest is one of the gentlemen who is responsible for that, and we'll meet him as soon as we say hello to our panel here on To Tell the Truth.
Larry Blyden, Peggy Cass, Bill Cullen, and Washington News correspondent Nancy Dickerson.
And I must say, you, Nancy, we don't do this for just everybody.
No.
I would like to have you say hello to the young lady who is sitting in for Kitty Carlisle today. She is one of the best-known television correspondents in the world, Miss Nancy Dickerson. And Nancy, I figure that if you can handle President Nixon, you can handle the folks over on the other side of the stage here.
Are you going to answer the questions?
No, that's your job, dear child, for a change. But now, back to our friends over here. While the main body of Whiffenpoofs leave us for a while, let's meet one of its members. There were a couple of fakers in the group. Let's hear about it.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Jeffrey Fortgang.
Number two.
My name is Jeffrey Fortgang.
Number three.
My name is Jeffrey Fortgang.
And, of course, only one of these fellows is really Jeffrey Fortgang. Here is his musical message. It says, I, Jeffrey Fortgang, am the musical director of the Whiffenpoofs. Founded in 1909 at Yale University, the Whiffenpoofs represent one of America's finest singing traditions. However, in order to keep in touch with the musical sound of today, we have added a new twist to our repertoire. In addition to singing the traditional numbers, we also perform with rock instruments. Our blending of the new with the old in music has been well received. Nevertheless, we still cherish our link with the illustrious past. So much so, in fact, that although Yale is now very much co-ed, there are no girls in the Whiffenpoofs. Signed, Jeffrey Fortgang. And we'll hold off on our Whiffenpoofs while our sponsors huff and puff.
Hi.
Now remember that all three of these splendid-looking young gentlemen claim to be Jeffrey Fortgang, musical director of the Whiffenpoofs of Yale. And let's start the questioning with the former voice of Harvard Square, Miss Peggy Cass.
Thank you. Number three, who wrote Ruby Tuesday?
The Rolling Stones.
Okay. Is number one, is Spooky Tooth an English rock group or an American rock group?
I really don't know.
Thank you. Number two, John Lennon and what's the name of the band he plays with now?
His new band?
Yeah, that backs up the record.
I'm really not sure.
Do you know number three?
Plastic Ono Band.
Thank you. Number one, who was the lead singer with Big Brother and the Holding Company?
Janis Joplin.
Okay, number two, who's the lead singer with Jefferson Airplane?
I'm not sure.
Thank you. Number three, what band does Robbie Robertson play for?
The band.
Thank you. Number one, Chris Christopherson, what's his instrument?
I don't know.
Thank you. Number two, is Maury still in existence?
Oh, yes, it is. It's an association.
Thank you. Number three, who's the lead singer with Blood, Sweat, and Tears?
David Clayton Jones.
Thank
Clayton
you.
Thomas.
Thank you.
Peggy Cass.
I like rock.
That's either a case of being very much with it or a case of arrested development. I'm not sure which. You know your way around.
Yeah.
Bill Cullen.
Oh. Watch this.
Okay, I'm watching.
You think that was something, huh?
Yeah, go.
Number 2. Who did Ethel Chute sing with?
Twyla Puce.
Beg your pardon?
Twyla Puce.
Yeah, well, there you go. Who was Hal Kemp's vocalist, number 1?
Great.
Wow, he had a
Don't
vocal.
know.
Huh?
Don't know.
Oh, boy. Number 3, you know who Hal Kemp's vocalist was, don't you,
No,
sir?
I'm afraid I don't.
Number 2, have you ever heard of Johnny Long, the left-handed violinist?
No, I'm afraid not.
Homer Rhoda Heber and his gospel. I didn't establish much, did I?
You didn't establish anything about them, but you told us an awful lot about old Bill Cullen. I'll tell you that. Nancy Dickerson, please.
Number 1, who's the president of Yale?
Kingman Brewster.
Number 2, who's the president of Yale?
Kingman Brewster.
Number 3, same
Kingman
question.
Brewster.
Number 3, where is Maury?
Maurice is on York Street.
Number 2, do you always have to have a mustache to be a Whiffenpoof?
No.
No. How many members are there in your group, number 1?
We have 14.
What instrument do you, number 1, what instrument do you play?
I play piano.
Number 2, what instrument do you
I
play?
play
He got as far as I play, and I guess that's as far as we're going to know from him at the moment.
Okay,
Let's go to
number
Larry.
2, as long as we're there, what do you play?
I play the piano and the euphonium.
Okay, how about you, number 3? What do you play?
Piano.
Piano. Number 2, what is the most forward vowel when you're singing? Do you know which vowel just falls the most forward?
E.
E. Number 3, do you agree with that?
I think so, yeah.
Number 1, could you tell me the name of the hotel which is next to the Schubert Theater?
Yes, that's the Taft Hotel.
Okay. Number 2, how many are in your group? Was that established?
14.
14. Okay. Number 3, in your group, how many beards are there?
Well, we've got one, just one beard, which is on its way. I'm not sure you could call it a beard. It's an incipient beard.
All right, fine. Number 1, are they all students in the current students at Yale in the group?
Yes.
Are you also a student?
Yes.
Okay, number 2, how did you get...
Boy, we got a lot of good questions asked that time. I'm glad I'm not voting. But panel, you must. You must mark your ballots for number 1, or for 2, or for 3. As usual, we pay $50 for each wrong vote, $500 if none of the votes is right. And Peggy, you want to start? You with your Led Zeppelin and all that jazz?
That's the one group I didn't mention, you rocker, you. Now, it's number 3. I'm just, because he knew everything, like the Plastic Ono Band and I didn't know whether I asked about this. He knew every single thing.
One assured vote for number 3.
Yes.
Bill Cullen.
And on the basis of my questioning, which was highly technical, I have concluded it is number 1.
You just made it because it's easier to make a 1.
Yeah, I ran out of ink.
How about you there, my friend?
Well, on the basis that I went to Harvard and they're from Yale, I voted number 1.
Nancy Dickerson's got 2 1s and a 3. Larry, you look nonplussed.
I am, because it isn't my field in the first place. I was terribly impressed with the way number 3 answered all those questions. I just think that either he knows a lot about it or he's a great liar and deserves a vote.
Well, that's the way it lies. Let's find out. Will the real Jeffrey Fortgang please stand up? Nancy and Bill had it. Good shot.
Gee,
And Peggy,
but he didn't know enough.
oh, for heaven's sake.
Gary, that's what comes from going to Harvard.
Exactly. You can tell a Yale man anytime.
Number 3 was in a rock group.
Are you in a rock group, number 3?
No, I'm not.
We'll get back to you in a moment. I'll tell you what, Jeffrey, why don't you get ready to join your group, and we'll find out about our imposters. Number 2, sir, what is your real name, please, and what do you do?
My name is Alan Rust. I'm a page at NBC, and I'm a graduate of Adrian College in Michigan.
Uh-huh. I don't know about your college, but from the paid staff of NBC, Dave Garraway was one graduate, and Gregory Peck was another one. So that's a good school to go to.
Gene Rayburn.
And Gene Rayburn as well, yeah. Number 3 with the 2 wrong votes. What is your real name and what do you do?
My name is John Weidman, and I'm a contributing editor to a new humor magazine called the National Lampoon, and I did graduate from Harvard.
Well, I tell you, here we go. Direct from old New Haven. The Whiffenpoofs of Yale with their new sound.
1, 2, 3. It won't be long, yeah, yeah, yeah. It won't be long, yeah, yeah, yeah. It won't be long, yeah. And I belong to you every night when everybody has gone. Here am I, sitting all on my own. It won't be long, yeah, yeah, yeah. It won't be long, yeah, yeah, yeah. It won't be long, yeah. And I belong to you. Since you left me, I'm so alone now. You're coming home. I'll be good like I know I should. You're coming home. You're coming home. Every day we'll be happy, I know. Now I know that you won't leave me no more. It won't be long, yeah, yeah, yeah. It won't be long, yeah, yeah. It won't be long, yeah. Till I belong to you.
Thank you, Whiffenpoofs, and thank you, imposters, for being here with us on To Tell the Truth. Now, wasn't that the greatest thing?